Yes, welcome back to the Tommy Maroon Sports Show on WCTV. It's been a while since we had our last episode. I just did that because college has been super busy and stuff. It's a 15-minute drive from campus and a 30-minute drive from my house. Not the easiest thing in the world. But you know what? We're still going to talk sports. We're still going to talk mainly basketball today because that's the thing that's been going on. Why not start off with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Because exactly, why not? Looking at the team stats out here, there's Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Heading into tonight, the Cavs have 112 points per game, 41.7 rebounds per game, 24.9 assists per game, 7.2 steals per game, 4.4 blocks per game, a field goal percentage of 48.9%, and a three-point field goal percentage of 36.4%. Now let's look at the game recap. So just 2 games in the last week. I would do all the games, but that would take forever since the last time we talked. So let's talk about the Cavs at Celtics first. That was a frustrating 117-113 loss, in which Donovan Mitchell scored 44 and Darius Garland put up 29 points and 9 assists. Evan Mobley 12 points, 13 rebounds. Jason Tatum for those pesky Celtics, 41 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. That's right, he was just 2 assists shy of a triple-double. That's hard to believe. Al Horford, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Cavs were barely winning during the game, and the Celtics were up by 21 at one point. And then you have this game right here. It was a good win for the Cavaliers over the Detroit Pistons, 114-90. Darius Garland, 21.7 assists. Donovan Mitchell, 20 points. I believe Donovan Mitchell got hurt in that game. But anyways, Marvin Bagley III, 20 points, 13 rebounds. Jaden Ivey, 10 points. Pistons were barely winning in the game, and the Cavs held a commanding 35-point lead at one point. But we're not done yet talking about the Cavs. We need to talk about where they stand in the standings. Well, it's been all right for the Cavs. I mean, they're sort of losing some ground out there, having won. Let's look if I can get this lousy thing working. Hold on, I'll get back. But yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 6-4 in their last 10. A week 13-19 on the road. That's not good. And 27-7 at home. That's good. That's very good. Only the Nuggets and Grizzlies are better, and the Warriors also are 27-7 at home, so that's also worth noting. But yeah, 13-19, 12-3 when it comes to the divisional foes, averaging about 5.5 points per game, or winning games by 5.5 points per game, I should say, so that's always a good thing. They're 7 games back of the Milwaukee Bucks for that conference lead, and 3 games ahead of the Nets, and 1 game ahead of the Knicks. Knicks, of course, have gone on a tear lately, winning their last 9, including an epic double overtime win at the TD Garden last night. Man, oh man, that was a crazy game. And those Cavs are 5.5 games ahead of Miami. If they fall behind Miami, they will be in the play-in tournament, which is exactly what they were in last year. And 9 games ahead of the Wizards of the 10th seed. If they fall behind the Wizards, that means it will be no play-in tournament for them. I'm looking at everything out here. The Nuggets hold a commanding lead in the Western Conference. They're the only team with less than 20 losses, and the Bucks are the only team with less than 20 losses in the Eastern Conference. Anyways, as you can clearly tell, it's been a lot of fun this year in the NBA, and we still got a lot of excitement going on as those Cavs have 16 more games, including a big showdown tonight at the TD Garden, I believe, against the Boston Celtics. Let me check. It is actually going to be, I think, at the Rock, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look. Yep, it'll be at the Rock. So that'll be a good game. If the Cavs can win that game, that would be huge. Celtics have lost their last 2 games. They're all worn out from last night. Let me be the first to tell you that. So you never know what can happen. Now time for Tommy's picks. All right, we're not going to do a Tommy's Picks recap because I honestly forgot what happened in the past, but have no fear, it's back. It's time to talk about the high school girls basketball state semifinals, starting off with Division I, Midview against Princeton, picking Midview to win that. Olmsted Falls playing Pickerington Central, picking Olmsted Falls, which means we'll have a Midview Olmsted Falls State Championship. How cool would that be? Two schools from Northeast Ohio duking it out to win the state championship in Division I. And then Division II, Purcell Marion against Bryan, picking Bryan to win that. And Northwest will beat Fairland. And then Division III, Wheelersburg against Afrocentric, picking Afrocentric. And then Margaretta against Chippewa, picking Chippewa. And then Division IV, Toledo Christian playing New Middletown Springfield. I'm picking New Middletown Springfield. And then Tri-Village against Highland, picking Tri-Village. No, not the Highland Hornets that you all know and love, but rather the other Highland High School without the GH in it. It's just Highland, H-I land. Now time to go to high school boys basketball regional semifinals. We're only doing Northeast Ohio games, as you can tell on the right of your screen. Let's look at Garfield Heights against St. Ignatius. St. Ignatius came off a very close 2-point win against Brecksville in the district championship. I think that they should be able to pick up a win over here over Garfield Heights, but that's just me speaking. St. Ed's against Tobin, two very good schools going at it. I'm picking the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles have just been on a tear all season long. They've only lost twice, once to St. Ignatius at St. Ignatius, the other one against Richmond Heights when they were home, actually. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, the winner of Garfield Heights St. Ignatius plays the winner of Perrysburg Toledo St. John's. So there is that. All three of the games will be at the MAAC in Kent, where the Kent State Golden Flashes play. And then still against Walsh. That should be a good game as well. Still Monroe Falls Bulldogs against the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. I'm picking Walsh to win that one, which means that it will be St. Ed's Walsh. And if that is, I'm picking St. Ed's to win it. That means we could quite certainly see St. Ed's and St. Ignatius playing in the state semifinals. How cool would that be? I know. Then in Division II, you have Buckdole against Cheney, picking Buckdole. I think they should easily win that game. It should be a runaway. And then Glenville against Gilmore Academy. I'm going with a bit of an upset out here. Gilmore Academy, I think, can do it. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I think they can. And then Sandusky against Lutheran West. I'm picking the Longhorns to win that one. That should be a good game of, what do you call it? D2 basketball, boys basketball, for clarification. And then in D3, that means we're halfway through it for boys basketball. We're almost towards the end of the episode already. Good Lord. There wasn't much to talk about because, of course, we haven't talked about anything in the last 2 weeks, but still, don't worry, we're still here. Cuyahoga Heights against Beechwood. I'm picking Cuyahoga Heights. I think they should win it. Lake Catholic against Lutheran East. Should be a good one. I'm picking not Lutheran East, but rather Lake Catholic. And then Haviland Wayne Trace. Good Lord, how did I butcher that? Against Canton Central Catholic, picking Central Catholic to win that game, what should be a good one. And then for the last one, Division IV, there are just two of them, from what I can see, that are represented for Northeast Ohio, if this old thing can load up. Anyways, you see it on your screen nonetheless. Colonel Crawford against Dalton, picking Dalton to win. Then Cornerstone Christian against Richmond Heights. Man, oh man, that's going to be a blowout. If I did a locks of the week, that would be my lock of the week, Richmond Heights. So, of course, these are the final 16 teams left in the Northeast Ohio for boys basketball, or really the best 64 teams because there are 4 divisions. My, oh my, it's hard to believe that it is almost over, the basketball season. That is very, very hard to believe. Let's look up days until August 18th. We have 165 days to go till August 18th, the glorious day where high school football will be back when the Highland Horns play the Hudson Explorers at Highland High School. My old brother is going to be in the marching band, which is going to be really exciting for him because his first game he ever gets to do is probably going to be one of the most exciting games he'll ever do for, high school basketball. That's why. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, NCAA D1 men's tournament is coming up. Not the NCAA tournament. It is rather the D1 men's tournament because there are 3 divisions and there's men's basketball and there's women's basketball. There are really 6 tournaments in total. Actually, I think 8 considering NAIA. But yeah, that is something worth noting. But yeah, we got the tournament coming up. What my little brother and I like to do during the NCAA D1 men's tournament is that we like to play NCAA March Madness, the video game, either 2005 or 06. I think we're going to do 06 this year. We always do 06. And we always do, excuse me for 1 second. Just got an email notification. That's all. Sorry about that. Yeah, we always play our games every game. We make sure we do the tournament correctly. We make sure that we get everything all set up. Everything is all perfect. And that is how you do it. It is so much fun. It is a blast. There are a lot of upsets and more upsets than you see in the D1 men's tournament, but still, it is fun to do. Well, folks, I think we're almost done. Next week, we'll hopefully be back for more episodes, more exciting adventures of Tommy Maroon Sports Show. We're going to talk about the Cleveland Guardians soon because the baseball season is almost here. In fact, the baseball season is here. It's spring training already. So we'll talk about the Guardians in a few weeks, maybe an MLB preview. Don't know if I'm going to do an entire MLB preview or not. What I do know is that this is the Tommy Maroon Sports Show on WCTV. Thanks for watching. See you next week, hopefully. Goodbye.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.